I'd have to say one of the things that really started this all was learning Race for the Prize. It was just something that we all wanted to do for fun. Basically, it started off with Noel and I messing around and playing in our basement at school, and he was teaching me how to, the basics of drums, and I was playing along, and we recorded a couple of things.
And after a while, we had maybe 4 or 5 songs that we had fooled around with for a few months, and were actually coming together and sounding pretty good. So then I decided, we should probably add more instruments to it and actually make it more of a full band. So that's when I decided to add Charlie at bass, Charlie's been one of my close friends since grade school. We went to grade school and high school together. And we've always played music together since grade school, but it's always just been kind of fooling around on guitars and stuff. But he didn't actually start playing with us until probably the past year. We were all home finally. And then months ago, decided the band could use another member, and I knew that we could use some lead. It's just chords and bass and drums, and you're also one of our very close friends, so I knew I could trust you, and so started working with you, and that's where we are currently. The thoughts I
have of you. It's definitely been a little tricky. Especially with differing work schedules, you being at U of I. It's been tricky, but we've made it work. I think that we, whenever you come up to visit, and it's a Saturday, and we can all get together and practice or do something like that, it works out great. And I think I definitely need more work anyways, so it's nice to kind of have a little time to practice and get stuff down more before you show up or before we have a full band practice, stuff like that.
We do most of our arranging and talking and discussing on GChat, and I always have GChat open because no matter what I'm doing, GChat doesn't get in the way, so I just leave it open. And so whenever you're on, if I'm thinking about music, which generally I am, I can see that you're online, and I'll be like, oh, let's discuss it. So I would say the majority, almost all of our arranging and discussion is done long distance over the internet. It's kind of easy and kind of hard in the sense that I feel like you and I do a good job of describing what we're thinking about. Like, I'm never really stumped on when you recommend something or when I say something. I don't think that there's never really that much confusion on what we're trying to communicate. I feel like we know music well enough and know the language well enough and just can kind of put into words what we're thinking well enough where it works out. It's obviously not as easy, and sometimes when I'm trying to talk about a certain part, or when you're trying to talk about a certain part without being able to like hum it or play it, it's kind of hard to kind of pinpoint what exactly you mean. But I don't feel like it happens too often. Maybe every once in a while when we bring in some doo-doo-doos and boom smacks and stuff of that sort. Vocal instruments. Yeah. Typing out boom, boom, smack, boom, like I did for Johnny once, just didn't work out. But I would say, for most people it would probably be really difficult, but I think you and I do an awesome job of making it work. And I can sit down on my computer with you and talk to you for like 45 minutes about a song, and I'll feel 20 times better about it when I get off that conversation. And even though there's no actual verbal discussion, and it is harder because, we can't just play and record on the spot, which I would like, and it'd be easier if we could just talk about something and then just right on the spot, okay, let's record what we're talking about and see how it sounds. We have to use our imagination more and just kind of picture it in our head, but I don't think it's really that hard. I was actually surprised at how smooth it goes. The biggest downside would be, like I said, not having you here to record. So, we have a number of ideas and a number of things that could be done right now, but unfortunately, since we're all different work schedules and different distances away, it's kind of hard to coordinate recording times and get it all done. And I think that's probably our biggest obstacle, is that it's hard to get it out quickly when we think about it. It just kind of drags on and kind of gets delayed because of the distance. But overall, I would say I'm pretty satisfied with the way you and I work on songs, even though it's 2.5 hours away from each other. I think we've been making a lot of progress, and I'm actually pretty impressed and proud about that. And
both of them side by side, so determined.
I think we're all just really great friends, and we work well together. We kind of know our tastes and influences musically. And I think when we play, that kind of shows. We all mesh well together.
Working with someone, just getting more ideas flowing and learning better ways to bounce ideas off of other people. And so, yeah, I just think overall it's improving every aspect. You only get one chance.
It's true.
Make it happen.
Yeah.